Okay, so let's continue. I will click on edit again. Others are back. Okay, now we'll move further. The next part, which is very important here, is variables. Okay, again, the same thing we have learned in Power App as well. So in Power App, we have seen there are the different types of variables like global variable, local variable. Here we don't have those things global or local. Here we have only one variable. You declare it anywhere within your Power Automate flow, and then you can use it anywhere. Okay, but in the serial order, I cannot declare a variable after send an email v2 and then I can use it on the send an email. I can create a variable before send an email and then I can use it under the send an email v2. Okay, now how to create a variable? Just click on add an action. You have to, I'm adding between this two before send an email v2. I will click on this uh, and then search for variable. Okay, now if you see the variable, there are the different options: set variable, increment variable, append variable, append to array, decrement variable. But the most important part, the first thing that we have to do is the initialize variable. Okay, so I will say initialize variable. Now it is asking for the variable name. So my variable name is var. Let's say I will say var employee name. Okay. Then the type, what type of variable you want. Boolean means having value true or false. Integer means having value only the integer values. Float means having value the float, that decimal thing. Then string variable, object or array. So these are the different types of variables that you can create. I will pick a string variable. Okay. I can add the value directly here. Okay. If let's say this is the employee name, right? So I can go to the dynamic content, add the employee name directly. So this variable is created. Okay, where we have the values as well. Now, or the second method, I will not add the value directly here. I will just initialize the variable. Let's do one more thing here. So whenever you are creating a variable, give the step name with the variable name. So I will go here and to where I can change this. Page to settings, not in the code view. Where I can give the name to this. Let's say in the add nodes I will add it. Okay, so that's a var name, so that I can identify what this variable is. Somewhere I can change the name, like in the older version I can do that. I don't know where is this option in the new version. This is actually the new version. Okay, so there we have some limitation. Okay, I'm not finding a way to rename this. Where employee name run after in the about connector operation nodes we have added shared. Okay, I don't know, man. Here, sorry. Okay, it was next to here only. So I have renamed this initialize variable var employee name. Okay, this helps you to identify what variable you have initialized here. Let's say if you have initialized 20 variables, right? So then you have to go in each and every variable to open it and check which variable it is. But if you rename it, it's easy to understand, okay, that this variable is for the employee name. Okay, now I will go here again, and now again I will search for variable. Once I go here, now I will use this set variable. Okay, in the set variable I will select the variable name, the variable I have created, that's the employee name, and then I will pass the value here. So I will go to, sorry, this dynamic thing, and I will search for employee name. Okay, so this will create a variable. This variable I have set. Now I can use this variable within my this email content. So I will go here, and instead of passing that thing, I will pass the variable name here. So this is my variable. Okay, so I'm passing the variable. Now again, if I go and test this, now I will explain you one part of this. Why I have created initialize variable and then set variable separately. I will explain you. Okay. When we can do directly within the initialize variable, we can do that. This is a very simple one, so we can do that. Now if you see here, if I go to initialize variable, it is a just initializing. There is nothing in the output because we have not added any value. But if I go to the set variable, you see the value is Rohit. right? On the previous step, I just passed the variable. I have not passed any value. Just created the empty variable. And using this set variable, I have passed the value as Rohit. Why, from where this is coming as the dynamic. Now, if I go here again to my flow, here I'm getting that value Rohit. Okay, via variable. Instead of passing the value directly, I have used the variable here. Okay, so this is how you can create a variable and then you can use the variable. I will show you how to do that append variable. Like if you have the multi people picker, right? Let's say here in this part, if I go to here, add. Now let's say here I have multiple person I can pick from. If I have that kind of thing, then how to handle that? That all we can do with the help of this variables. Okay. So this is how this variable thing works. I will show now. I have just shown you how to initialize variable, how to set variable. Okay. Later, I will show you that incremental variable, decremental variable, and everything. Okay. Here we'll paste the varEmployee name. Okay. So just keeping the name is very important. So when an item is created, we have initialized the variable varEmployee name. Then we have set the variable as varEmployee name, and then we are using this variable varEmployee name into send an email v2. Okay, instead of passing the direct value, now we are using via variable. Clear with this part, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I will show you this. Yeah, go ahead.
1 minute. Uh, if I want to, for example, instead of Rohit, someone is person, his name is Sunny, okay, and I want to
Mhm.
send the email. So I go to the same and the variable step and just change the name from Rohit to
No, no,
Sunny,
no,
and
no, no,
then
no, no.
no.
You have whatever values you are passing here, it is picking up dynamically. You don't
Okay.
have to manually do anything. This is the dynamic content. Here, if you see, this employee name is dynamic. It is coming from when item is created or modified. That is from my SharePoint list. So if I add a new record here where I pass the name as Sunny, so the email will
Mm-hmm.
automatically pick the name as Sunny and it will pass the value. So
Okay.
let's do
Okay.
that. I will show you. So if I go here and
Mm-hmm.
let's add Sunny here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, email ID will say PQR. I'm not putting that at the rate and all that thing, and I will hit submit. Okay, data got submitted. Now I will go back to the previous stage to all run to see whether the flow got run or not. Just taking time to trigger. We have to wait for a few seconds. We'll wait. We'll get the email notification. We are doing dynamic. We are not hard coding anything. Okay. I have shown you the first step where we have hard coded, but now we are making everything dynamic. Okay. So this got failed. Now why it got failed? Let's see. Okay. Maybe email ID I picked the wrong one. Invalid, unable to process the template. Send an email. Who picked as a employee manager? EmergenTeck only. Then why it is saying? Okay. Something is wrong. We'll see. Troubleshoot that. Okay. Now if you see here, when item is created, we initiated the variable. In the variable, okay, it has not picked up the name. It said succeed. Okay, the invalid, unable to process templates and email line column, the template language function format data max. Okay, we have not passed the that variable. Okay, so I got notified because date of birth we have not passed, right? The date of birth we kept it empty. So let me do one thing. Now we'll handle this errors. Okay. Uh, I will show you how to handle that. Now let's recreate that record. I will pick the Sunny. We'll pick the name. We'll pick the this field we left it blank. That's why we got the error. So I will pick the today's date only, and I will say something like this, and I will hit submit. Okay. I will go back here. Just got so good one. We at least got one error one. So we have to handle that logic, okay? If my date of birth is empty, not empty. So date of birth last time we filled was empty, that's why we got this error. So let's see. Why it will just take some time. I don't know why it is taking this much time. Okay, still not showing up. Okay, now it got succeed. We'll open this one. Again, I will go here. If you see the email, we got the person as Sunny, date of birth, and the email value. Now if I go to the flow, So if I say this is the blank variable, now here if you see the value that okay, it's not showing up here, I don't know why. Where employee show raw input. Okay, so we have the value as Sunny here. Okay, so this is
Okay.
the dynamic value, and then we are passing that value to our email content that we are receiving over the email. So there is nothing hard coded. Now this all these values that you are seeing here, even this value, and everything is a dynamic one. Only hard coded part is this one and this one. Even
Yes,
this is
understood.
dynamic, this is dynamic, everything is dynamic. Okay, so this is how we create a Power Automate flow. Now we have to do lot here. We have to add condition, we have to do error handling, all that we'll do one by one. Okay, so I'm stopping here for the day. We'll meet tomorrow and then we'll continue.